everybody. Welcome to Makeup University. Cheryl Lynn here. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, welcome. And especially welcome to the, let's put our air quotes up, summer of something, because this summer has been, 2020 has been so unique. So unique. If you see yesterday's video on Monday, I introduced you to this book, and I just wanted to come at you and talk a little bit more with you about this book. And I call it the summer of something because it looks nothing like what I had planned. Nobody I know is having a 2020 that has gone according to plan. And that's where the mindset shift comes in, that 2020 or pandemic, COVID, whatever is happening for you and not to you. So it shifts you out of being a victim of, oh, this is happening to me, into, oh, there's this bump in the road, but this is how I'm going to change course and still charge forward. Okay, so here we are. It is August, and I have received this beautiful sample copy from Harrison House Publishers, thank you very much, of Rick Renner's new book, Last Day's Survival Guide. And yesterday, so I already read it, if you didn't see yesterday's video, and now I'm going back through to study it. And I was so excited when I was sharing yesterday from the chapter tag, were it, that I mispronounced. I said, oh, and in chapter 1, Bootsy, please. That was just the foreword. That was just the author's introduction. So now, as I slip over to chapter 1, Last Day's Survival Guide, Action Steps, that had me right there. To build a wall of protection around your life. And here's something really curious about my book. Here's how you know I have a sample copy. I don't know if you can see this. This is page 23. And then when I turn the page, it actually has a page missing. So, anywho, I just want to go on to the couple action points that are right here. And this is what, I don't know about you. This could be a personality thing. I'm definitely a planner. I love a list. Anything and everything I do has version A, B, C. A has 1, 2, 3. Do you remember in school, and I bet anybody who is a scientist, I doubt a scientist watches my channel. Anybody who's a scientist, remember how you did class, phylum, subset, and it would be 1. There was a way to science categorize and format your information. And I still use that format today. Number 1, click over, A, click over, 1, 2, 3. And just so very organized. Best scenario, if it hits the fan scenario. And then the last scenario is, holy smokes, this ship is burning down. This is our plan if it is about to burn down. So when I opened up the book, Last Day's Survival Guide, Action Steps to Build a Wall of Protection Around Your Life, I really appreciated it because if you'll see this one right here, it literally says number 1. And number 1 is pray every morning. And I do already. But for some of you, you're like, well, I don't know that I really just get down on my knees with my hands folded and do that type of prayer. Well, I say go towards a morning, you could call it a morning meditation, morning how you set your intention for the day. I would always call it prayer. But however you start your morning, it's very important, very key that you are very intentional about commanding the day, commanding the morning, having a plan. What is the shark, Damon? The shark from, he has the FUBU line. He's really adamant about you get those goals out and you finish it the night before and then you start with the morning of. And I feel like, amen, me too, me too. So I don't know if you know, I can share, I read a lot of Ed Milet, Tony Robbins, Tom Ballou, read a lot of personal growth. So that definitely influences how I interpret the Bible, how I go about study. So I want to stick to the book here. Action steps. Pray every morning. Read your Bible every day. And you're like, well, I'm not a Bible reader. Okay, well then let's just set your intention and put you towards the good things you're going to focus on, because you get what you focus on. That you would quickly confess sin and receive the cleansing blood of Jesus. So this is really important, because have you ever heard the saying, don't go to bed with anger. Don't let the sun go down on anger. This is really important because it just festers like a SCOBY, like you start a growth for sourdough or for kombucha. It festers and it slowly grows. So if you go to bed or let the sun go down on anger, disappointment, upset, it just festers and spills over into the next day. So it's really important, if there is a moment of hurt or offense, that you nip it in the bud. Remember Barney 5? Nip it in the bud. Just take care of it so quickly. Be quick to forgive or to ask forgiveness so that you don't let it fester. Okay, this is really what I wanted to get to. Then it says to put on the full armor of God. And I want to say that's Ephesians 6 through 13. Don't quote me on that. I didn't have it looked up. And I was trying to make a short video for you guys. This is probably my most important one and the one we're going to talk about. And that is page 20. Sorry, I was looking down and talking. That is page 26, number 5, in these action steps. I think this is, like, I probably could have just talked about this one thing. And this is what is so important. And this will help every last loving one of you guys. Number 5, make a covenant with your eyes. And I would like to expand on that. Your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your heart, that your hands. Don't put your hands to something that isn't going to do good works. This is so important, especially as I work in entertainment and media. I feel like, oh, my ears. I feel like I am constantly saturated and drowning in literal filth for my eyes and my ears. I feel like, and this is so important, because remember, your whole being is always on and it's always listening, and it's like antenna is always tuning to a frequency, and you are responsible, like how you drive a horse, how you drive a car, you know, you're responsible for steering. So it's very key. Oh, especially right now. Let me just go ahead and I'm going to set it aside because I saw the timer and I want this to be short. Let me just hammer home this one point that is so important, especially today. If I need news, I go, I look for it, I get what I need, and I go. This is really a big deal because of the VODs, video on demand. There's TVOD, SVOD. Let's not go into distribution for entertainment. My point is, there was a time in television where if there was going to be adult content, whether it was profanity or sexual or violent in nature, it was always scheduled 9 p.m. and later, very closely to 10 p.m. and later, because of the content. And everything has just been thrown up like popcorn into the air. And now because of the VODs, the streamers, think about it. YouTube, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, Peacock, HBO. There, we could keep going. We could keep literally going to how many ways and places you can access content right now. I'm not even talking about pornography. I'm talking about just good old-fashioned look at television, look at movies, look at any type of show. You can get it anytime, anywhere. There's a cell phone, a tablet, a laptop, a desktop, your smart TV. Any way you can get content right here, right now, any time of the day. And so I recently going through my feed and a show is recommended to me and I'm like, oh, well, I'll check this out. And because I love sci-fi, I love action. And here's what happened. I looked at 3 different shows. Black Sails. Oh, I'm just like, oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to see some action, some sword fights, and some good old swashbuckling fun. Oh my gosh, no. It had a lot of profanity, like really. The violence was really over the top. And I realized that we've come a long way from the beginning and seeing the pistol fire and then somebody over there go, oh, and react because they've been hit, to now the violence is so graphic and so realistic. I started watching Black Sails. An extreme amount of profanity, violence, and very graphic sex. Not a love scene. I mean, pornographic sex. I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. I must guard my eye gate. I don't want that getting on me. Okay, so fast forward a couple days later, and now I'm going to watch another show, Brave New World. Oh my goodness. This show, because it's sci-fi. Oh, I really want to watch sci-fi. Love Star Trek, love Star Wars. So I'm watching the first 5 minutes of Brave New World, and mild profanity, but extremely graphic sex. Really graphic. I turned it off in the first few minutes. Whew. Fast forward. I love Westerns. Oh, my very first feature film I ever worked on was a Western. I have a special place in my heart. Love cowboys and Indians. So I turned on Yellowstone. I've heard a lot about it. It's going to be so good. I'm going to watch this. And guess what? Really graphic sex, really strong use of profanity. And yes, there was violence. I feel like that violence was the same as what you would see in a film in the theater. And is it still graphic? Yes. Is it still over the top? Yes. But after seeing an episode of The Watchmen, I feel like Yellowstone violence is tame compared to The Watchmen. So I'm telling a long story to encourage you, just based on my own experience. Oh, we might as well, since we're here, let us bunny trail on the music. There is a popular rap artist, Cardi B, right now just released a song. And it's a big deal, lots of drama, because it has Miss Kylie Jenner in it. And it is so over the top, sexually explicit and graphic. And the words, my heart breaks to think that my niece, my good friend's daughter, they could hear this song and their parents aren't the kind of parents that would like turn it on. But I'm here to tell you it's playing in the radio, in the car, or maybe it comes on in the store. And it's just a blatant saturation of graphic perversion. Let's put it that way. I'm not even saying this from a Pollyanna point of view. I'm just saying that it was refreshing. Let me sum it up. I saw the time. Let me sum it up that the Last Day Survival Guide, going forward, you are what you focus on. And the old saying about one bad apple can spoil the bunch. This is so true. And I just really encourage you that at this season point in time, this juncture, it would do you the best good to guard your eyes against anything that would pervert your spirit. Guard your ears against anything that is defiling. Make sure that you guard your lips, that you are not speaking perversion, defilement, that you don't use condemning words against a loved one, a friend, or a stranger. We can get into the level of word cursing in another video, like what happens when just your words have so much power. So when you just, flippantly speak a word curse over somebody or a stranger or a celebrity, that isn't just out in the air. It goes directly to them and is an affront. Whew, this video got heavy, you guys. It's just really important. and I care, and I think that a solution to resolving some of this is not so much just popping up or trying to produce more Pollyanna content. I think it needs to be a balance where maybe there's more production and entertainment or media that's accessible, that isn't so defiling and perverse, and then that there is a limiting, like a governor, like a restriction on that. I don't know if you guys, depending on your age when you're watching, ever ago, Al Gore's wife had put in the little black and white sticker that says explicit language. And people were really, what was her name? I can't remember at the moment. Please let me know in the comments. People were really hard on her. Whether you're a fan of the politics of the Gore family or whatever, what she did was important, because even as an artist and you want to express yourself, I think that's why there's now the radio edit, and then they label it that, especially when you're streaming. I use Amazon Music a lot, and it'll say in brackets, explicit lyrics, explicit language. When she put that parental sticker and lobbied for that, it was really important, because you don't know unless you're listening to it. You don't know unless you experience it personally. So I just saw the timer. This got long and I got sidetracked. I'm going to wrap it up right there. You guys, I highly encourage you, if you can, I will make sure I have a link for you below. Get your hands on the Last Days Survival Guide. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. I know you'll learn something, and worst comes to best case scenario, it will be enlightening to you for the day and age we're currently in. Boop! The last of the last days. Wow. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I hope this helps you. That's my intention, that it is helpful. I know this video got heavy. Let's go forward and have an amazing day. Hey, I'm Cheryl Lynn. This is Makeup University. And remember, you look really gorgeous today.